Let him fight.
Right here in Miami. There it is.
Hey guys, welcome to Beagler Outdoors. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to have is we're going to be making some venison summer sausage, okay? We're going to be using the Beagler summer sausage brand. You could buy this at Royal King. There'll be links in the bottom to that. We have our mixer here. I'll have a link in the bottom to that. We're going to use to mix everything up. And we're going to make jalapeno cheese summer sausage, okay? So you start off with 12 fresh jalapenos, alrighty. And you could use sharp cheddar. I'm gonna use this Colby Monterey Jack cheese that I bought like at Winn-Dixie to make it kind of hot. So we'll get into first just cutting everything up and getting everything prepared. And then from there, once we get everything cut up, we are going to get it into the mixer, mix it all up, and stuff it, then smoke it. So if you want to see how to make some good venison summer sausage, stay tuned. All right, first thing I'm going to do here is start dealing with these jalapenos, all right? So what I normally do with the jalapenos, all right, first thing I do, I'll show you how to do one, then we'll do the rest. I cut the top off, okay? And that goes in the garbage. Then what I do is cut it in half. All right, you can see we got two halves, okay? Now I just take a spoon, all right, and I just get the stuff out. So I just take the spoon, all right, like you see right here, all right, take the spoon, get the focus, all right, and I just clear it out with the spoon, all right, till it looks like that. All right. Then when you get them all done, and it's gonna be really hot and it's gonna smell really, it's gonna mess up your nose a little bit, but like I said, you just use this and you just gouge right in there, and that will like get it all cleaned up. It fits right in there perfect. All right. Let me do that. All right, I'll show you how to do this one, then we'll get them all done. You take it, all right, and you just cut it in small pieces. All right. You gotta make it real small because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. All right, and then you take it, and I usually take this and just come in here. Alright, and get them all cut real small, because you want the pieces to be kind of small. You don't want them to be too big, because you don't want to have to bite on those giant chunks when they're in the summer sausage. Alright, you want to get them nice and fine. Alright, you just come in here with this and just come back in here, and you want to get them to a nice fine. This does take a while to do, so you got to have patience if you want it to be nice and fine. Alright, and you get it in small, tiny little, like I'd say 1/8 inch little squares. Once you get it up to about 1/8 inch squares, all right, then you're pretty much done with that. You just take it and dump it into there, and you're gonna want to do that times 12. Okay. Now another way I do it is take it like that again. Then what I do is I cut it in half. All right. Then we get the spoon again, and we clean it out again. All right, you just take the spoon and just go right in there and it scoops it right out like that, okay? Do the next one. All right. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll take them and I'll cut them like this. Save some time. And it kind of makes it easier. It'd be helpful if you had a sharp knife, but it makes it easier to cut it up. All right, and then you come back and you line them up. Okay, you line them up. You just take this, and this kind of makes it a little bit easier because you know you're getting uniform pieces like this. Just pie it away. I'm gonna do the rest of them. This depends how safe you feel with the cleaver in your hand, you know, how much you like your fingers. All right, and you get those, just get that in there. Okay, and what we'll do is we will get right back as soon as we have all the stuff ground up. We'll get right back to you. Stay tuned. Now that we got them pretty much all cut up and cleaned up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, oh, we'll just drop one. We're gonna get it all nice and cut up and put in there. Stay tuned. All right, so we got our jalapenos all cut up, nice and fine. I took the butcher cleaver and just chopped it up. Now what we're gonna do is gonna open this cheese up. And like I said, for this recipe, I use 12 jalapeno peppers and two packs of this cheese. All right, and take the cheese right there. I'll open up the second one. Put it there. All right, and then what I do with this is I grab my knife. All right, I just kind of take it, lay it like that. I just go right on down it. And just slice it up. It is best if you do this when it's cold, because then it's not all soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and put them in the fridge for a bit. All right, and then I line them up this way, and I do the same thing, cut them up again. All right, cut them up again. And it is key that these are cold, because you don't want to make mush with your cheese. You want them to stay as squares. All right, and you take your cheese, and like I said, you want to keep this stuff cold, so. All right, and you continue that with all your cheese. Once the cheese is ready, we'll be right back. All right, now that you got your jalapenos and your cheese cut up, what I like to do is I like to put the cheese and the jalapeno back in the refrigerator for like an hour, let it cool down. So we're gonna take that, pop that in the refrigerator right now. All right, and while that's waiting, what you want to do, grab yourself a bowl. Get me a bowl here. You want to fill a bowl with some warm water. All right, so just take a bowl, fill it with some warm water. All right, and you do all this while you're waiting for that stuff to cool down. All right, and when you have that bowl filled with some warm water, get it So yeah, pretty good. All right. What you're gonna do with the bowl and the water, see right here. You're gonna take your casings out. What you have in here is you open this Jaeger stuff up, okay? You have your flavor, okay? And you have a bag of cure, okay? This is your cure. It's like a pink stuff. It cures the meat. And you have your casings, okay? So what we're gonna deal with now is the casings. So grab some scissors here. And what you wanna do is, be careful not to cut your casings, but cut it open, right? And you wanna take your casings right here. See how they come, casings come like that. This is what you're gonna stuff your sausage in, okay? Take them apart, put them all in that water, all right? And you wanna let them sit in that water for a little bit of time. I'd say probably 30 to 40 minutes, let them get a little soft. You take those, let it sit in the water, put them aside, okay? So we'll put those aside for now. All right, the next thing you wanna do is you wanna put together our grinder here. So we got, not grinder, this is a mixer, all right? So take your mixer, and we're gonna put this together. And this is a buddy of mine's mixer. It's not mine. I'd like to thank my buddy Jeff. He let me use it. I had it here for a while, processed a lot of meat, but it is not mine. But I'll have a link for those of you who want to buy this. I'll have a link in the description, an Amazon link, so you can buy yourself the Jaeger summer sausage mix, and you could buy yourself the this mixer and the stuffer, which you're going to see soon. Okay, so now we'll get to putting the meat in here. Okay, so what we're going to do, it's out the way, and get our, put that about right there. Okay, now what we want to do, see how that, pretty much what this is, it goes like this, and you turn it and it mixes all your stuff, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to get all the meat, we're going to put the meat in here and start to get the meat mixed up, right? So we got here, we got 10 pounds of venison sausage, okay? Here's dump all this venison sausage in here. And open it up. There's gonna, and he's got it mixed with a bunch of stuff, so. All right, got our venison sausage. I mean, not sausage, this is just ground meat, I'm sorry. Venison ground meat, dump it all in. And we got 10 of these to dump in, so we will get to, we'll dump all 10 of these in here. We'll be right back when they're in the mixer. I hate that the process put this paper on here, gets stuck on the meat. It's the last one. Get this one cut up, put it in there. Now this processor mixed some fat, some hog fat with the deer, so you can see it's got some fat mixed in there. So usually like a, you know, 80-20 mix, 80 meat, 20 fat. I usually just take the fat from the deer. That's how I do it, but he got his own fat put in there. So pop this one in there. Go on, mix it up right now. All right, now what we're gonna do now is get this meat ground up. So you pretty much hold this here, and you just spin this around till your meat starts to grind. And I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like when it's grinding. That's what the grinder does. Hard to do it with one hand, but it grinds the meat, okay? So we're gonna get all that meat ground up. All right, now that we got that done, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna dump in some stuff, okay? We're gonna dump in seasoning that comes with it, okay? I'll cut the corner off that. I could dump it while I like to just get it all dumped in there. And you could smell that smell. It smells really good. If you were to do regular summer sausage without jalapeno and cheese, this is like regular summer sausage, would be just this stuff. All right, and you want to mix that up a bit. All right. And come both ways with it when you're mixing it. All right, and you want to put your cure in there. Now mind you, your sleeves are still soaking in water, soften up. So now you want to put your cure in there. So you cut the top off your cure. All right. It looks like a kind of like a pink crystally, like, you know, when you're young and you have those little sugar things you eat, like the powder. It looks like that, the pink one. So you get that cure in there, stir it up. Now you want to mix in your cheese and jalapeno and a piece of paper in there. I want to mix your cheese and jalapeno in there. All right, put your jalapeno and your cheese. And you could use as much or as less as you want. I mean, I use the same amount every time. I just use 2 packs of that cheese and 12 jalapenos, and depending on the size of the jalapenos, I guess. But and we'll get that all mixed up really good. Does it say mix any water in there? I don't remember. Let's see. Using the stuffer, using grinder. Add 3 cups of cold water. Okay, so you want to also add, whoa, almost lost you for a second. 3 cups of cold water. Alright, so we'll get 3 cups of cold water. I know I was missing something. You got to put some water in that mix too. So we got 2 cups. And do 1 more cup. 3 cups of cold water. Get our hands cleaned up. And we'll get that mixed in again. Now I'll show you about the consistency of this. You see in there? That's about the consistency you want. Alright. Keep mixing this up here. Use mix it up. Give me a spoon to get off the sides and stuff. These mixers mix good when you have about 20 pounds in them. When you have 10, so you got to move the stuff around. When you have 20 pounds, it gets in there much better. So you just take the stuff and just keep moving it around so it all gets caught in there and spins around. All right, I'm gonna get this all mixed up and we'll get the stuffer out and we'll start to stuff this stuff. All right, we got down here, we got our stuffer set up, so I'm gonna get the stuffer all set up and get it ready to go. All right, this is about the size we use. And like I said, there'll be a link to the stuffer in the description on the bottom. Now what we do, fill this up with the sausage up to the top, put it back in, and start to push it out. So we'll get that going right now. All right, we get it up to about right there, and we put it back in here. And what I forgot to say, you're gonna need, I don't like tying the actual top when you're done, you see what I mean? You gotta get 6 zip ties. So let me get 6 zip ties, I'll be right back. All right, now that you got your meat in the stuffer, you got your adapter on, you got your zip ties, you got your casing soaking, get it down a bit. All right. Start to see it come out. And what you do is you take one of your casings right here, all right? You open it up. All right. And you get it pushed all the way up in there. You don't want to get no air in there, okay? And when you got it pushed all the way in, you start to fill your casing, okay? Hold it nice and tight so your casing gets full. You don't want any spots, any air pockets in there. You just hold it nice and tight. And just keep grinding it. And you get up to a good spot and you stop. Any excess you put back in there. That's still coming out, let off a little bit. All right, and then what you do is your zip tie comes in. You take this, you spin it around. Once you got it spun around, put a zip tie on it. And these, the smoker won't do nothing to these. You'll be fine. I do this all the time. Smoker does not do anything to the zip ties. All right, and before you get it nice and tight, give it a good spin, let it tighten up, and get that nice and tight. And there you go. You got one thermal sausage stuffed. I'm gonna put that in the fridge, stuff 5 more. You have to fill this back up, because usually it's enough to do about 1.5. All right, now out of that pack, it makes 4 of these, okay? These are packed really tight. So it says use 10 pounds of meat. It uses 10 pounds of meat. Like I said, the zip tie on top, like I told you guys, use that zip tie. I don't squeeze that metal thing on there. It doesn't do nothing for me. But we have these here. What you want to do is you want to put them in the fridge. I usually let them sit for 24 hours. But I noticed that on the package, it says you can do it right away. So I'm gonna keep it in the fridge. We'll go outside, we'll get the smoker going, put these bad boys on the smoker. Now remember, I had my meat ground up already. I have a grinder, I have an LEM grinder. I'll put a link to that in the bottom. I'll put a link to the stuffer and the mixer in the bottom. And I'll put a link to the smoker. I use all the stuff in the video, we'll have a link to it, okay? So we'll take these outside and we will smoke them. Stay tuned. All right. What we got here is our Oklahoma Joe's smoker, and we got this little smoke box we bought from Oklahoma Joe's. I made a mess right here real fast, but I'll clean it up. I like putting everything in this box because it kind of keeps everything, you can move stuff around and not burn out the bottom of your Oklahoma Joe's smoker. So I'll have a link to this in the bottom too. We get that in there. We have on the chimney right here, we're getting our coals going. And once we get our coals going, like I said, we're gonna put the sausage and stuff on here and monitor it and smoke it. So stay tuned. All right, what we have here is got our briquettes in there, and we're gonna get this thing going until it gets nice and hot. And once it gets hot, we got our Oklahoma Joe's smoker there. Okay, we're going to put our coals in there. We have some cured wood there. We got some, well, we're not gonna use that as pressure treated. We got some cured wood oak right there. And then we'll put everything in our smoker. We'll fill up our water in the bottom for our thermometers, and we'll get that all going. So stay tuned and we will get it smoking. All right, now what we have here are the ThermoPro thermometers, okay? This can monitor 4 different things. So I have one right here, which is monitoring 150 or 200, which is the highest I want that smoker to get. It's with this probe right here, okay? Then what I do is when I put the summer sausage on here, I stick a probe in the last one and in the first one, and I monitor them, okay? I monitor here. You don't want it to be 155 internal temperatures when it's done, okay? So I'll put a probe in the first one and a probe in the last one, and we'll monitor their temperature, okay? That's still going, not quite ready yet. Once we get the stuff on there, we will get it smoking. Stay tuned. All right, we just put our coals on there. We added some firewood. I'll leave the bark on mine. You know what? I've never noticed a difference in taste. I don't care what nobody says. I guess that's why I'm doing this video, let you know how I do it. I don't debark mine, I just put it right on there. But we'll let that go. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the temperature on here. And then when this gets to about 150, and that gets to about 150, and throw the sausage on there. All right, we just got them on. Our temperature was about 150, but it went down that I opened it. So like I said, we got a probe on the one in the back and a probe on the one in the front. Cook it from 150 to 200. When that internal temperature reads 150, it'll be done. Stay tuned. Now what I do is sit here, enjoy a good cigar. And you guys ever want to buy me a cigar, you can go down to my PayPal, buy me a cigar. Hey, glad to be here. Glad to show you guys some new things. We'll get it going. This summer sausage is gonna taste good. Stay tuned. All right, quick update. All right, we're pretty much staying steady at 164. And we are smoking in there. And once those get to 155, they'll be done. I figure 4 hours total. We're already working on hour number 2, I believe, right now, but we'll keep you updated. All right, we're almost there. The good thing about this unit is it has a separate unit. You can bring it inside the house, do what you gotta do, and carry it around with you. I had it out front, had it on me when I fed the dogs. Tells the temperature. So no matter what, you're good. Now we're gonna crank that thing up to about 200 and get it the final stretch to 155. All right, took about, let's say, started at about 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5:30, so it took about 5.5 hours to get it done. And we got 4 nice smoked summer sausage. And we're gonna take it, put it in the fridge, let it cool down. And tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm gonna take a slice of one and take a taste of it. But like I said, I cranked up the heat a lot towards the end so it can get done faster. But it should be good. 6.5 hours is about what it's right. 5 to 7 hours where you need to be at. But that's pretty much summer sausage there. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and I will be back to slice it open a little bit later tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. Thanks. All right, good morning, good morning. So we got up this morning, took out this summer sausage out the fridge, and here's how it should look when it's fully cured and ready to eat. It should be all wrinkled. The smell of the smoke in that is just so strong. So what we're gonna do now is get down here and cut it up and see how it looks and give it a taste. Let's check it out. Look at that. Look at that beautiful, beautiful summer sausage. Get another cut of that. Beautiful. That's as good as it's gonna get. All right, we got that summer sausage all cut up. See the beautiful mixture of cheeses in there and jalapeno. That looks great. Now let's give it the actual test. It's right there. Let's see. That is some good summer sausage. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's good stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video on summer sausage. Sorry, we're talking a mouthful. Once again, we did it. Beagler Outdoors. Summer sausage. Ow.